Hello, Tim Noah here, Senior Product Designer on the Fulfillment team, and I'm going to be documenting the new user trial experience for our baselines and recommendations OKR. This is going to take you through a user's journey, a new user's journey, through registration and signing up for a new trial, and seeing the friction points and seeing the number of steps, and just documenting the entire process. So I land on the marketing homepage about.gitlab.com, and the goal here is to find a way to start my free trial. I want to start a free trial. I'm a new user. I don't have an account. So the first place that I go to click on is the trial GitLab for free. So when I land on this page, I'm immediately presented with the trial details. So I need to firstly click into the GitLab.com space so that I'm not looking at the wrong information. And here it lists out two steps. So the first step, it says register for a GitLab.com account, or sign in if you already have one. And the second step is once you are signed in, click the button below to start your trial. Really, when people land on this page, they're just going to click that button, and so I think I think it's realistic, especially me going through it. I didn't actually read the information. I just looked for the call to action and I clicked in to start a trial. So I think that's a realistic expectation of what users are going to do, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Immediately, I'm taken to this page where it says, "Hey, in order to start a trial, um, well, it actually says to purchase a plan, which is not great. I need to have an account. It says to sign in to GitLab. I don't currently have an account, and it wasn't immediately clear how to register for an account originally. So I'm just going to click on to sign in to GitLab. So I'm about to sign in to GitLab, but I don't have an account, obviously, and I'm taken to this sign in page where it kind of lists out all of the different options that I have to sign in. What I want to do is to register, and that's hidden behind this tab. So I'm going to click on to register. Then ask me for my full name, which may not be as consistent as it needs to be. So I'm just going to type in my full name and go back to that point at a later point in the process. So I'm going to type out just my name, which is Tim. My username, which would be um, just Tim Testing Trials. My email address, which I've pre-created for testing purposes. It needs me to confirm my email, and maybe there's maybe some research we could do around how many people have problems with inputting email correctly. Maybe we could remove that step altogether, just to reduce the amount of steps a user needs to input when creating their account. Now I'm going to create my password. Oh, mistake there. Let me just try that again. And it asks me to accept the terms of service and privacy policy. I'm not going to accept would I like to receive updates via email about GitLab.com just for this testing purposes. A user can, and if they do that, they will go directly into Marketo for monitoring for marketing purposes. I don't want to spam the marketing, so I won't do that for now. What I will do is select the captcha, and it's asking me to select some chimneys. So I'm going through to just make sure I do all of that, and then verify, and I'm all good to go. So now I can register. So I'm almost there, it says. I was hoping that this would, be the start of maybe the trial process. I'll be inside of my account, but it looks like I need to um, confirm my email. So I'm going to go into Gmail, into my inbox, and here's the email. So I'm going to click into it, and then I'm going to just confirm my account. So great. My email has been confirmed, and now it's asking me to sign back in. It would be great if Somehow, maybe we could keep me signed in or somehow sign me in automatically. I'm not sure if that's possible, but just an idea. So I'm just entering in my details and then I'm going to sign in. And now I'm taken to this to the customer portal, to a new page with new styling, new visual aesthetics, a new layout, and it's pulled in my details. So it's pulled in my first name and last name. So here in this section, we're splitting out the first name and last name. In the previous section, when we're registering, we're just calling it full name. So for consistency purposes, maybe we should decide on what pattern we want to go with. Um, it's pulled in my work email as well, so I know that sign up. I've signed up for a GitLab account because it knows who I am. But right now, I don't really want to give all of this information. I just maybe just want to start my trial, maybe. Um, so let's just see what happens when I click just start trial. So now it's actually informing me that through inline validation that yeah, I do need to enter in a company name, and so I may not actually be a part of a company, but for this purposes, I'm just going to enter in Tim's company. And I want to start trial again, but it's requiring me to have a phone number. So let's just go through this and enter in a dummy number. Um, it's a shame that that's required. So the next step is how many users will be evaluating during the trial, and I don't know off the top of my head. I may not know, and there's no kind of drop down to easily kind of allow me to pick from a list. So I'm just going to put one. And my country is really far down. So I'm going to have to scroll all the way down this long, long list and look for United Kingdom. So I've entered all of my details and I'm relieved because it feels as though this is the end of the process. Click start trial and this is not great. So I'm now at this page where it says I need to confirm my email address before continuing. I need to confirm my email address again with the customer portal before being able to continue. But maybe, I have a GitLab account now, I think. So why don't I just try and sign in with my GitLab account rather than having to go back into my email and register with my email? I think that's a long process and I just want to get into my trial right now. So let me just click into sign in with GitLab and it gives me a 404. And I'm not too sure why. So this is a bug or an error that needs to be fixed. So let me go back. I saw another affordance in the top right hand corner, and clicking on that now tells me that I'm already signed in. So that's a bit confusing. But now I'm at the GitLab customer portals plans page, and my trial process has been broken. Where do I go to trial? I can go back into my emails and I can look into confirming my account. Maybe that will send me back into my trial process. No, unfortunately, all that does is throw up a slightly broken page stylistically that just says that I've already confirmed. Not sure how I confirmed already. That's a bit confusing. But I'm still out of the loop and I'm still out of my trial process now, which feels frustrating and quite sad that I can't continue with my trial after all of that effort. So what I do know is that I can maybe start this process from scratch, and maybe now that I'm signed in, it will be another outcome. So as a user, I'm going back onto GitLab marketing website and then I'm going to try again from the start. So I'm going to go into try GitLab for free. I'm looking through the information again, and I almost forgot that I'm not looking at GitLab.com. I'm looking at self-managed, so I have to click into that again. I then, now reading through, realize that in order to create a trial, I need to register. I have registered. I click on register, and I'm taken into the customer portal with my free trial process looks like the end of my free trial process where it's asking me to select a few things. So right now it's asking me to select between a group or a personal account. And we really shouldn't be asking people to select from a group if they have just registered their new account. There's no way I could have created a new group if this is the first time logging in. So maybe there's some work and some refactoring we can do there. And I really don't know I don't understand the difference between a group and a personal an account right now. I think there isn't any affordance or any kind of information given to the users around what that is. But if I click into what is this subscription for, the only thing I'm assuming that I can use is my personal account. Not sure why, and not sure why I'm not given the affordance to create a new account. Sorry, create a new group at this point. But let's see what happens when I click into that drop down. So I can select it for for myself, and I guess that's my personal account. So on the right hand side, I have information regarding just my account, so I know that it's pulled in information correctly. And now I'm going to click on Click Trial, and I land on the User Settings Billings page, which is quite underwhelming. I've been through a number of steps, back and forth through my email, and this page is quite underwhelming. It does give me details around a gold plan I currently have active on my personal account. It does say that my trial ends on the particular date, but it's trying to upsell me bronze plan and the silver plan, and also gives me some really negative feedback around automatically downgrading and upgrading not being possible in this orange banner that just doesn't sit well with me after going through all of that, all of those steps. So, and also there's some way to scroll as well to get to the gold plan at the bottom, which I think there's a better way of doing that. If we're going to upsell, I think there's a more subtler way and a nicer way. And this page should be a celebration. It should be a celebration of a trial that has just been started. And right now it just feels like an end of a bad process. So thank you for your time. This has been Tim Noah, Senior Designer working in the fulfillment team, taking you through the trial process for a new user.